maybe 2 more minutes for some folks to start coming into the room. But we're very happy to have everyone here. So I have a question for you. As we've been going over some of the business fundamentals, I see some familiar faces, I see some new faces. I'm just curious, if you were to have a master dinner for yourself as you're planning the next 12 to 24, banks are looking for 36 months out. Who would you invite to that dinner? So I'll turn it over. Ryan, who would you invite to your dinner first? And then we'll go around the circle who's based here. Who would help you plan strategically? And it could be anybody, alive, fictional, past, historical, no limits. Who would come to your dinner, Ryan? It looks like you're unmuted, Ryan, but I'm not hearing you. As Ryan's getting his stuff sorted, I'll go to Richie. Who would you bring to a dinner as you're planning the next 12 months of your journey?
I would like to invite you, Crispet, my friends, and my family.
Hey, I'll take the invitation. Good food at hand. I'm ready. I'm ready. Yes, I'll take it, Richie. Alexia, who would you invite to your dinner for your strategic planning?
Could you repeat the whole question? It's like for my strategic planning, I need to
Yeah, for
invite.
the next, you're gonna have a dinner, a festivity. You're gonna, start by breaking bread before you dive into all of the logistical stuff. So the question is, who are you going to bring to dinner to help you plan for the next 24 months, 36 months, whatever that looks like for you?
I would say definitely students from student placement that are specialized in market research to do a whole market research of the future product I want to launch, which is an online platform focused on financial literacy. So, looking at all of the competitors and the feasibility, the cost, and the sponsorship I could have with banks to make it like a sponsored program, for example. There's that I would need. I would add like email marketing and Google Ads expert, definitely.
Awesome.
Yeah, and maybe a grant specialist.
Hey.
Oh my God, someone specializes in doing grants for me so that I don't have headache doing all of those grants and not getting them and being disappointed and not applying and then applying again and being disappointed again and all that.
Yeah, the grant writing world, and Alexia, I think you mentioned, the experience. I tell people grants are never guaranteed. And in our own journey and experience, we have similar stories, right? You apply for a grant first, and it's not until our third attempt that we got the grant, right? And sometimes it's truly that, the adjudicators of these grants, I'm sure, have a difficult task at making that final decision. But in all honesty, Ryan always remind me, just apply. Like, do put your best foot forward, but the grant in and of itself should not be the thing that you're staking all of your life's work on, because whether or not you get it, business fails, all of this stuff. No. So finding out alternatives, especially for companies that are running and have the ability to generate sales like ours, that pipeline stream should definitely be stabilized as we look for additional revenue sources in that way, right? So that's just the mindset I have around grants in general. It's nice to have. It's not guaranteed in the way that it's structured right now. And honestly, as entrepreneurs, I say we need to get selling, right? Getting out there. So yeah, thank you so much for Alexia for sharing. Colin, I see you on my screen. Who would you invite to your dinner to help you plan out for the next 12 to 24, 40, 36 months?
Oh, 12, 24 months planning. So my background is pretty much agriculture and sustainability. So I'm thinking first Mark Carney for the Canadian Pride, and somehow you can invest in it because a lot of us are importing goods from abroad and then it spoils and then it's not that great. There's also this person I just came across, two people, Dr. Vandana Silva and Karen Washington. They're part of Rise and Roots Farm in New York, and they bridge farming, food sovereignty, and community um, empowerment. And then I also want a storyteller because I find we are people who resonate with stories. So that would have to be Barack Obama and maybe Oprah Winfrey
Hey, I
because they
love it.
understand how to inspire people and build movements and storytelling and leadership. And even Warren Buffett, I would, because he sees the long game. And one person would be good, but I'm not really a fan of him, would be Elon Musk, because we're also involved in tech and AI with our agriculture. So those are the people I would have, but I would have Elon Musk at the end of the table, like kind of backdrop in the front and center.
He gets his own corner.
Yeah, yeah. The kiddie table.
Yeah. Hey,
That's
I
what
love
I
it. I love
say.
it. I love it. I love it. And from what Alexia shared to what you shared, and the invitation for everyone is, if we're to get into the minds and hearts of these people, we could start drawing those elements into our strategic thinking. Why would we choose, students that are going through research? Hey, they're doing research, they're getting results, they're able to help plan and create the infrastructure that's needed. Why are you thinking about storytelling? And not just for our people, storytelling is baseline in this economy for marketing. Like, you have to be able to tell a captivating story, and more importantly, can you do it in like 30 seconds or 7 seconds, because our attention span is so limited, right? But I love what both of you shared, and that's a great segue into kind of today's focus and topic. So what I will be doing for the most part is I'll be in conversation like this. I have a second screen that I will be sharing some of the places that I want you all to bookmark for yourself. This, as you know, some of our stuff has been me sharing, and I'm hoping that you take it away, go do it for yourself because it matters. So today we're spending some time talking about advertising. And I'm curious, when you hear the word advertising, what comes to mind? Anyone?
It's expensive.
Expensive. Hey, I love that. Thank you so much, Shirley.
Blessings, everyone. When I hear advertising, I think of getting to display or showcase either your goods or service to potential buyers.
Hey, awesome. Colin, I see your hand, and then we will dive right in.
For me, I would say advertising is about bringing exposure to your brand, but you have to be strategic because I do agree with the expensive. It can be expensive if you don't have the right target or the right client avatar you're reaching, because you could be just spending money and not getting your results. Like thumbs up are great on a post, but are you willing to invest or come with you on this journey?
Yes. Hey, and all three, there's truth at every single one of those levels. Advertising could be very expensive. Where I want to start with is, first and foremost, tied to what Colin shared. Yes, we can get the thumbs up, but the thumbs up and the stars are good indicators that people have seen us, right? So it's sometimes they're like, oh, I got a new follower. But what is that telling us about our business? It's saying more eyeballs are coming on and approving or liking our content, right? Whether or not the eyeballs or the people that give us the thumbs up or the stars are the right customers or the ideal customers, that's a whole nother conversation that we could dive into. But when we think about advertising, it is about, helping with that marketing experience about getting seen, right? More of the people that we want to engage with. And sometimes we think about people, that just give us a thumbs up. You're like, but you're not really my customer. They don't have to be. It's sometimes them or somebody they know may be interested, right? So, okay, you like my stuff, like my fitness coach shared, there's this person that has been following her for years, and it's like, okay, I see that you like my stuff, but you're not coming. But guess what? That person has been sending her people, right? So it's not always who sees you first. They may know somebody, right? So the goal that we want to talk about today is, where do we need to be showing up in cost-effective ways and in paid ways? So we're going to talk about low cost plus paid advertising specifically. Yesterday, I was trying to show Empowered for X, and I'm going to start with this. Can Richie or Ryan, can one of you give me option to share my screen? Thank you. I started talking yesterday about Google Business Profile. So in the chat, who has a Google Business Profile? And I want to test you. Let me see. Tell me the name of your company. Who has a...
I have one, 123 Finance.
Okay, let's see. 123 Finance.
Please show up. Please show up.
Financing, like that?
No, just 123 Finance.
Finance. Okay.
Because there's also, there's this company from Philippines that's always showing. So on the right, it's their company, but the first link is me, 123finance.cs. If you type 123 Finance Toronto, you might find it.
Yeah, so I find your website, but what I want,
Go at the bottom. Go at the bottom.
Bottom.
Sometimes it's at the bottom.
That's okay. At least you say you know you have it.
Yeah.
But what I would say you may want to do because if I'm getting China versus you, that's causing some brand discrepancies, right? So that is something on Google you definitely want to be working on, right? And it could just be how you're, maybe it's 123 Finance Canada, Finance something. You do have the .ca, but that Google ranking, I'm not seeing it, right? So that's what I want to see. Somebody else had their hand up or put a yes in the chat.
But however, you're not analyzing my Google or...
No, I'm not looking at you. All I can see...
Placement.
All I can see right now is based on my search, Alexia, I will say I cannot find you on Google, right? That's what I will say based on what I'm seeing. This is not you. This is what I'm trying to see for companies.
Yeah.
But we could have a conversation about helping to improve and fix that for you. Oh, what did I do? Sorry. I'm gonna, so Sankofa Bookkeeping. You have a Google Business, Bernadette? Google Business Profile? I should, okay. Maybe it's my own device. I will invite other people to search for 123 Finance and bookkeeping, Sankofa Bookkeeping, and see what comes up. I'm just gonna put detailing nights in the chat in here, nights, to see if detailing nights come up. Okay, so detailing nights come up. So I know it's not just my own company bias. Colin, did you have a company name? Okay.
Yeah, I put in the chat.
Yes.
So
Okay,
it's
perfect. I see it
there's
now.
two. Yeah.
MYAIPATH. Did I get that correct?
Yep.
This is your business
That's
here?
one.
Okay.
That's the one there. Yeah. So that's the
Okay.
umbrella to the Fred marketplace.
Okay, but okay, let's see. Does Fred have its own Google My Business?
Enter it
Okay.
and you can see.
Okay, let's see if I could find. Maybe it's my computer, folks. Help me do the
No,
search on
no
your
worries.
own end. Market.
Yep, I think that's it there.
Okay.
Yep, there.
I see this. Everybody has this.
Yep.
But what we want to see is
Oh, you want the map
is
and
this. This here is your
Mhm.
Google business profile. This is free marketing. What it's going to cost you, your time to set it up, right? My invitation for everybody, again, you have it. It's probably just my device. I want to encourage us to figure out how to solve for that. If somebody puts in my company name, this stuff comes up. You could see our stuff here as well. But
Mm.
this is what we're looking for. This is your Google My Business profile, Google Business profile. So I'll just talk about it very quickly. So it should tell people what your business is about. It will have the ratings and rankings, all of those things. You should definitely be highlighting your products. Your reviews will show up here, a little bio. But this is what I was trying to show you yesterday. The reason why I wasn't able to see it yesterday because I was logged in on our system. Obviously, if I'm logged in on our system, they hide different things. But if you're on a customer incognito, you should be able to see. So these things here are called Google Business Posts, so GMB posts, right? So Google Business Profile posts. So it is like a social media, but this is specific for people on Google. Remember, we did a whole keyword search. People are going to be typing stuff and your Google posts shows up for them. You can see with these Google posts, very simple with a clear call to action, right? So this is what you want to be doing to optimize. So you might have gotten those emails. I can help you optimize your Google My Business, right? I don't know if anyone has gotten that, but it comes down to posting content that is keyword. So these things are written in a way where we go back to the keyword searches to be able to utilize that there. Your social media option is here, and then other competitors sometimes show up at the bottom of your GMB as well. So Google My Business is the first place that it is low cost, organic, right? Some people will talk about paying Google for Google Ads. This would be the free version of Google Ads, right? This is based off of a keyword strategy to help you continue to rank on Google. Any questions before we move on to the next ones?
No, so far so good. Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, so the other one, I'll just use it off of this, but it is your social media handles, right? Or social media links. Your social media is also a free place, low cost. I say free, but it's low cost. It's going to require some time, energy to be posting on there. And so just out of curiosity, how frequent are people posting on social media? And it could be any one of these, or maybe you're on TikTok.
I gave myself a challenge every day for the
Okay.
month of October. I'm trying to
Okay.
post.
Okay. Awesome. Some people got that juice like Ryan every day. Colin, how about yourself?
Myself, I would say in a week, probably like twice a week.
Okay.
That's where I'm at. I could do about more, but then I find I go down the rabbit hole where you're just posting and you also have to run the business too. So I need
Yes.
yeah.
Hey, I hear you for sure. So I see Alexa does 3 times a week with some commenting on LinkedIn. So
Yeah.
I think, I always say two is better than one. To say no posting, that is not an option. Choose one platform and commit to. Because again, if we don't have a stage or a platform to be talking about our business, and I say choose it based on where your target audience is showing up in a way that they're consuming content to make decisions. So Instagram might be nice from a visual standpoint, but maybe on LinkedIn, they're consuming the content and that booking and that thing. They follow up with you in that way. You will only know sometimes if you test. So whether you're posting like Ryan or, Colin said 2 on the low end, the commitment should be to be consistent and timely. So hey, choose a time, choose a place wherever your post goes out. Initially, and you all know this, posting is a job unto itself, right? You have to do the content strategy. And again, I talked about it in a previous session. We want to be doing our content strategy, not just based on how we feel about our business or the topic, but we should be in the mind of our consumer. So go back to that keyword search to say, okay, I want to talk about this, but what are customers looking for? How are they talking about it? Because we shouldn't be writing for ourselves. I like to write like this. Oh, I like to do that. Yes, that's nice, but what does your customer want? How are they wanting to engage with your topic, right? So this is really important to be very customer centric in the content we put out. So with Instagram, we talked about tools a little bit yesterday. There are tools. In the beginning, I used to use Hootsuite. Hootsuite got really expensive very quickly, not an option anymore. So in our centralized operating system with Zoho One, they do have Zoho Social, where we manage all of our socials there as well. My thing is find a tool, utilize the tool to schedule posts and set it and forget it. Where you now need to come into active social media engagement, as Alexia shared, it's going into other people's posts and commenting and liking and engaging to attract more people to your profiles. Right? When they see, oh, who is this Alexia person that said that? Guess what? They're going to click. That brings them up to your whole world. They're going to learn more about you. Free, low cost, organic advertising, marketing for you in that way. The how-to of using the platforms, choose a platform, commit to a platform, and make a decision to go forward in that way. So that's another one that I wanted to share just around the social medias. Commit to one. If you're not posting, just say, hey, I'm going to commit to one post a week, right? People want to see, I think Colin shared in who he would have at his table. People want to see the stories. They want behind the scenes. They want to hear about other people using your product and or service and getting benefits, right? So we want to be utilizing these spaces to tell stories that are engaging, personal, and educational as well, because we know that not everybody will buy right away. They maybe need some more information. So we're going to give them information, but we're also making sure that we're closing the loop. My friends, closing the loop in social media, whether it's on these platforms or on your own website, means like what I showed you here for my Google My Business post, a call to action. So Alexia, I'm gonna choose you. Your last LinkedIn post you wrote, did you have a call to action for folks?
Usually I do. I make sure that I have a call to action. It's authentic and it's giving an information. Let me actually, are you talking about my personal LinkedIn or the business one?
Whichever one,
Yeah. What was the last
well,
one?
more business, right? We're talking about what we're doing to attract people to the business. So
Yeah.
a strategy for you, if you have two, you should be writing to your business and resharing from Alexia's
Yeah.
version of it. And so you should be having a call to action going
Yeah.
back that way, right? So yes.
Absolutely. The last one I have, let me just check it. Do you want to just me telling you what it was?
Just tell me what the call to action was. If you
Because it's just not loading on my
Hey,
computer.
no worries. If you had one, you went through a checklist. I trust you. You got it. Colin, in your last post that you did you have a call to action?
I believe I did.
Okay.
God, I've been posting a bit more. See, I migrate between different worlds in that sitting on the board of Roots Community Service and other community programs, as well as dealing with farming and sustainability. My call to action was to vote for, I think, Roots Community Service for Reader's Choice of the Year. So the call to action was to get people
vote
to
now.
vote
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's showing them a
awesome.
well-rounded side versus just agriculture, because not everyone will understand it, but agriculture is connected to community as well.
Okay, yeah, and I think when you're looking at your content build out, yes, agriculture is the core focus, but what is agriculture connected to? I don't know if I can't recall the commercial, but I've seen commercials where they're advertising a brand, but they never talk about the brand, right? Like in a lot of the fitness stuff, they do that as well, right? They would show you the person walking, doing different things, and they never said Adidas or Nike, right? And it's now to say, how else can you connect with people by sharing in a different way or creative way? So yes, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Alexia, did you find it?
Yes, I did. So I do videos that I'm a financial literacy educator, B2B business bilingual. So I work with nonprofits, social clubs, universities, and I post videos. It's called La Minute Finance in French, and in English it's called Finance Explained. So 1 minute I talk about a subject on financial literacy. So usually I say at the end, if you're looking for this kind of financial literacy and you're wanting to bring it to your organization, let's connect. And then I say link in the comment section, and I put the link in the comment section with my website and my the Buko call with me. And then another call to action on a second spot, which is usually from my business one, where I say, hey, I'm hosting a webinar, and to register, link in the comment, and send in the comment. They can click and register. I do that because I talked to a lot of specialists, and they were saying to not always put it in the text, and more put it in the comments, because whenever you put it on the text, usually platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn, they don't like it because they want you to stay within the platform. So that's why it's usually best to put it in the comment.
And sometimes in the post itself, or if you put it in the caption, sometimes it's not clickable there, right? And so if it's not clickable in the caption section, yes, putting it in the comment or redirecting.
Yeah.
What I would say for all of our call to actions, choose one, right? Visit us on the website, book a call with me. That's two right there. Just keep it simple. Choose one. They know it's on your profile, so they can go up to your bio, click into your website. Just choose one, because you don't want people to come and be overwhelmed, right? Here's all the ways to connect with me. Tell me what the post is about. What do you want me to do after I read, if it's engaging for me? If it is book now, get that book now everywhere, right? Yes, they could visit the website to learn more. Or that option is a forever known thing. They're going to click up in the bio, right? In that way. But for maybe out of 10 posts, Alexia, what I would say, one could have your website plus another call to action, but for your other 9, just a simple book now. You said Financial Literacy Month is coming up soon, and it's now to say, okay, what is the main call to action? I don't want people to go on my website, because guess what? Our website, you get lost. They don't know where to go to find information sometimes, right? But if I had that specific link to the lead magnet page, maybe it's a workshop you're wanting people to go to. It's maybe that event button specifically, right? Join now, your event link will open up. So we want to be really strategic about our call to actions as we're going forward. Not too many. Your website is for a forever call to action at the top that you would have, and you can always have those other customizable buttons. But for each of your posts, just tell people what you want to do, what them to do after they've read. Right? And you could have those, learn more about our business by checking out our website. And then when you say check out the website, hopefully in that post, you're telling them where to navigate to. Go to the service section. You'll see all the amazing services that we do, bullet points, right? So that's how I would say to utilize your website button. Your website is your home. But when you have specific offers, we talked about offers, you want people to either go to a specific landing page versus your whole website, right? And that's a very strategic move in that way. So the other one that I wanted to talk to us about was partnerships. So I was curious if you have any partnerships. I see Brenda is on here today as well. So I would say we have Brenda on behalf of Empowered Fex and our virtual offices as a location partner, and we've done some cross-promotional stuff. So I'll do Empowered Fex Ottawa. I think I shared with you all, we just recently started building out our own, let's see what comes up. Yeah, we just recently started building out our virtual office profiles in there. But I would say Brenda is a partner, a local partner that's helping to raise, I'm not in Ottawa, she's in Ottawa, helping to raise our brand awareness in that space. So I was curious, anyone else have partnerships? Ryan, partnerships, I'll call on you. I know you unmuted a little while ago.
A strong partnership that we've had with ACBN has been Alterna Savings. That's worked really good in, having a financial institution that we can lean on. So especially when we're doing events, people kind of see that credibility, even with our microloan program, having that credibility. And then with Detail Ignites, having the partnership with the City of Toronto, doing a lot of work with them, and having that contract allows us to go out and talk to other potential partners and show that we have, this relationship with a big entity. So that's been helpful. And then with some of the schools too, partnering with like the high schools so that we can do our youth program every year. It just becomes, you don't have to keep building and reaching out. You just develop the partnership once, and then every year you can touch base. So building more of those partnerships is going to be a big to-do item on my list this off season.
Hey, thank you so much, Ryan, for sharing. And definitely one of the things that I would say for all of us, myself included, make a list of potential strategic partners that you can align your brand with. For most of us, and I think Alexia, when you shared yesterday, you're saying the organization purchases your service, but you get to talk to, 500 people or whatever that number looks like. Those type of partnerships are key. It's the one-to-many approach. You just have to go talk to one person and the door is open to new opportunities in that way, right? So the goal for each of us as we think about our brand, right? Colin, you're talking about farming. I don't know exactly the full nature of your business, but how many local farmers do we have on your roster or community partners in that way? Those may be some of the things that could help bring you to new markets. And Colin, I see you're unmuted.
Yes, great Yeah, great points there. What I was going to say is we currently have about four farmers. One's in the Windsor area. The other one's in now more the Ottawa Gatineau area. Those are the other ones there. So what we're doing is we actually do webinars and we invite them to be the experts. So last month we did a webinar on farming all year round, and strategically we brought a doctor of soil, Trevor Charles. He's, I think, the University of Guelph, I believe. And
Waterloo. We love
yeah,
Trevor.
yeah, Trevor Charles. So, okay. So we
Yes.
invited him over to speak because he talks about how you can use nutrients and how to be careful of some stuff you use because the seasons are changing and how we can do sustainable farming. We also had Cangro, they're out in Windsor. They do hydroponics farming and they were able to give their inputs. So not just us talking, we're bringing on experts, and that's who we're building our alliances. And they're actually we use them to be our to gain letters of support for the grants we're currently working on.
Hey, that's really powerful. And yes, I think when you have those types of subject matter expertise behind you, it does add, and I think Ryan used the word, that additional credibility. It adds that
Exactly.
visibility. And more importantly, imagine if you had a partnership with Guelph or Kitchener-Waterloo, whichever university. Now it's not just your agriculture organization, we are backed by, right? Like, and that's
Exactly.
really
That's the
how you could
plan.
leverage those positioning. And that goes to all of us. So I invite, Share, I was thinking about you. It's like, okay, who could be a strategic partner? I know you're figuring out some of the changes or ways to move forward with the cards. What if you partnered with, an artist association in Toronto, right? So you have these collective of artists who's contributing. So it's not just one entity. Now you have the backing. I was trying to think of the art school in Toronto as well. OAC, is that the one?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
if you had the support of not just, hey, we're using any artist, but we're backed by or leveraging artist expertise from this particular institution, it helps to additionally bolster your market positioning, right? Which is really important. And we want to be, again, when we have those levels of partnerships, we want to be talking about that. Right. So here it is. Maybe Colin, you did that session with Trevor. It's recorded. You're saying, hey, Trevor, we want to continue to use this in our marketing. We're going to chop it up. We're going to be talking about you for the next 12 months because we have this content. So it's not a one and done. It's how do we keep reminding people we are credible, we are transparent, we are doing things to help move the business forward, but in a very strategic way. So yeah, so local partnership and cross promotion. One of the things that I will definitely say, and I know you all are smart people, you've thought about it, you're probably doing it. Not just to have a partner to say, oh, you're my partner. Have some sort of memorandum of understanding. As a partner, I need you to do A, B, C, D. Maybe it's just one thing. I need you to promote me. I need you to do something. And in turn, I will also be promoting or doing something for you. Don't look at these partnerships as one size. As I shared before, our philosophy here is win, 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 triple win. Everybody involved must win, right? And that is really important to be able to have a partner, and we are always talking about each other in some way, shape, or form, right? And that takes time. So partnerships takes time. The other thing that I was going to suggest around advertisement, community involvement. I don't know if you all volunteer anywhere. You are donating some portions of your funds to go anywhere, doing fundraisers, donating a prize to a specific thing. But again, by doing that, your visibility goes up. Right? You're again, advertisement is how many new eyeballs can I bring to my my brand. Shelly, I see your hand is raised.
Thank you. Just because you touched on that topic, I just wanted to throw this out there that it made me think of a contract I was just looking over for auction house and for an upcoming fundraiser. And they wrote in it like how you need to make sure that you call out people to, last time to do the silent auction. You need to at least say it twice that, this auction's going on and details about it. And I just thought it was interesting because as you're talking about partnership, right? Like they wrote this out to say, these are guidelines. I almost felt like, I wonder if people don't do it, if it becomes a problem then, right? Like we didn't do well because you didn't do XYZ. So I thought that was interesting. Now, what I also want to just slide in there is that if there is anybody here who knows anyone who is doing fundraising stuff or auction stuff on a smaller scale, I would like to get in contact with them. Thank you.
Hey, awesome. Shelly, that's a good share and a good ask as well. And so definitely when people are writing grants, and I see your hand raised, I'll come to you in a second. When the grantor tells you what they want, give them what they want, right? I remember one of our clients and mentor, I think it was for the investment readiness fund or program, Ryan, investment readiness fund. I think that's what it was called. Anyways, one of those big grants, the top prize was 100,000. He got it. And if you saw his application, he not only gave them what they wanted, but give them more than what they wanted. He over-delivered. Answered every potential question they could have asked for, right? So best practices, if in a granting situation specifically, they ask for certain things, yes, deliver what has been asked for. And those auctions and, opportunities, fundraisers like that is a good place to start plugging into. Choose a cause, right? The people that we're connected to or wanting to be connected to are oftentimes in charity balls, different things like that, hey, if you're able to connect with one of those balls or fundraising galas or things like that, your brand gets the visibility to a potential new audience or an audience that could potentially pay. If the ticket for those galas are like $500 and people show up, you know that people with dollars and cents are in those rooms, right? And so I would say it is definitely a good place to do some advertising. Anne.
Yeah, so I just want to touch on maybe you hear music in the background. Sorry for that. I'm at the food bank. So the thing is that when you do community work, and if you can get local councilmen to work with and your brand be associated with those, because we have 2 councilmen in the West End area, Perusa, Tom, that I work with all the time for my barbecues, year-end events. Alterna Bank, definitely one of our sponsors. And also L Bank. So it's good to be attached to community centers too, with your brand for community work. A consortium does, and of course my direct brands. We always do community work and try to team up with community centers and other Black entrepreneurs that donate to whatever event consortium's doing. If it's my own personal brand, whatever we're doing in the community, it's also good to attach your businesses to those things, because at the end of the day, when they're doing anything, you're going to be a part of their little list of who to get back to and priorities. Because the councilmen's list, it's so long when they have events. So it's always good to know who they are and try to partner up with them with any type of events that they're going. It's also good for your business and your personal self as well. Just a few of those.
Hey, Anne, thank you so much for sharing that. And yes to all of the above, right? I think from a local perspective plus even a national. Remember, if you're connected to chambers or MPs or different people like that as well, you're able to have your voice in their ear, right? In those opportunities that may exist as well. So the next one that I wanted to talk to you all about was directories, free directories. Anyone on Yelp? Okay, so homework. I see some no's. So Yelp, put your business on Yelp. 411. Anyone on 411? Nope. Okay, so I thought I was sharing my screen. So these are at least three free business directories. 1 second. Free business directories. So Yelp is a free business directory. Canada 411 and Canada One. They also have a business directory here that you can add your business on. And people are still using these spaces to find local help and resources in that way. Anyone on any other free business directory? Or you've listed your business somewhere where people could potentially find you?
Yeah, the city of Brampton had a Black business directory. We're signing up for that. And the Chamber of Commerce and even Face Coalition had one. And there's the Black Market. Is it called Black Market? There was a few different business directories like Buy Blacks. I tried to list detailing nights on there.
Okay, awesome. Were there any, Ryan, I believe you were detailing nights was on another business directory, or was that a paid one? The one that had other like service cleaners and things like that.
We were on Jiffy for a while.
Jiffy.
But I don't know if that's like a directory though.
Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was thinking it was, but it's probably not. But yes, my message here when it comes to directories, there's lots of free directories that we can be taking advantage of, right? If you know any additional directories, maybe they're city-based. Ryan did share the city of Brampton. I don't know in your respective cities if there are, but you may want to consider getting on those localized directories and then on the broader ones accordingly as well. Okay, so to wrap up our time, we're going to talk a little bit about paid advertising. Who here does paid Google ads? Has done it? No? Have you done, we'll start with, have you done any ads before? Any paid advertising?
Only with another company I've done it, but not for this one.
Okay.
No paid advertising.
No paid ads. Shay, I saw your hand up.
Yes, I've done it on Instagram before. And Facebook, I think once, like boosting a post.
Okay. And what was the result? Was it worth the dollars?
It's kind of hard to tell because with Instagram too, like, because you can hone in on the demographic that you're looking for. And then depending on how much you want to spend per day of your ad, it reaches more people, quote unquote, reach. So for example, 500, 1,000, 1,500. But I don't know if maybe it got to people, but they didn't necessarily convert right away to customers. Maybe they did a couple months later. Like I didn't see a big boom in business like after the ads.
Yeah. And that's one of the common feedback that I definitely hear from individuals. For our company, we've done some testing on Facebook, LinkedIn. LinkedIn ads are quite expensive. I don't know if you considered it quite expensive. Yeah, Facebook, Instagram, our main space where we found that we've gotten the highest conversion from is Google. So we do Google ads here for Empowered Facts. And what I will say is it's always beneficial to do organic before you do paid, right? If your organic stuff is not working or converting. So one thing that I didn't talk about, or two, in fact, was email campaigns. So who here in the last 30 days have ran an email campaign to their database?
I have.
Okay, and what was the results of that, Colin?
It was pretty good. We found that enrollment into our webinar, because the focus was get people to sign up for a webinar. It climbed from, I think it was like 10 up to about 40, and my target market was really showing up about 25, and we actually had exactly 25 people show up for a webinar.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And that is a really good example. Anybody that's considering, and I'm putting it out as an action item, to do an email campaign to your database. The email campaign could be either educational, but again, we want people to take action. So make sure you have a clear call to action in there. The email campaign could be for a specific offer that you have right now, a promotional item that you have, an event. You don't want the email campaign to be about 100 different things. You want to be able to, again, we want to have a targeted message with a clear call to action. So email campaigns is a go. The other thing that happens sometimes when you do an email campaign, it's also reminding people you exist. And guess what? Some people are going to unsubscribe, and that's okay, right? We want to make sure our database is people who want to be in the know of what we're doing to be able to continue to nurture them. And I see your hand is raised.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm up every single day, 365, 5 o'clock on every social media platform. I market every day, all the time, because I'm always posting on all the different platforms, whether it's a promotion, whatever people are having, and I just tell people to personal DM me on social media, their name, address, phone number, what city they're messaging me from, or if it's Toronto or wherever they are. And we could either do a Zoom or a private telephone call, whatever they're comfortable with in terms of that. So, and usually for me, word of mouth is really good. People telling people. And then of course on my platforms, a lot of people send me DMs, and I always tell them, be specific in the DM, because they'll leave DMs and I'll be like days later and I'd be like, oh, you've been sitting there for 2 weeks. Direct it. Some people don't direct message. They just leave a message, but it doesn't directly come to you, right? They just put a message thinking it's going to come to you. But no, if they don't direct message you, you're never going to get the message. It's going to sit there in messages. If people are taking business from there, you should always let these people know. Direct is very important because it comes directly into your box, opposed to just sitting in message, right? On social media platforms. Yeah, so I'm doing that kind of stuff on a daily basis. And anywhere I go, one of my other tricks is anywhere I go, I always have material with me, right? Whether it's my brochure, flyers, cards. So wherever I'm attending a meeting, whatever, I hand out information to everybody that is present, right? So they'll know, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is what we're about, the network or whatever, right? So that's a practice for people. Wherever you're going, you should always have your material with you so you can just give them out as a good networking tool is some of my practice.
Hey, and thanks so much for sharing that. Yes, networking would be a free advertise and low cost, I'll say low cost advertising methodology as well. And yes, it's very important to have flyers or cards. And I know we're in this digital age, so everyone just like connect with me on LinkedIn. So make sure your LinkedIn profile is up to date, right? Make sure your information is relevant, and more so that follow-up, right? I think when you get into that DM sequence, the follow-up is really important for people that may be reaching out to you, right? And so, Anne, it sounds like if you say you get up 5 o'clock in the morning and you're posting, power to you. That is wonderful. I'd like to be a fly on the wall sitting beside you,
Every
observing
day,
you.
yeah. My
Hey,
network knows that every
hey,
day.
that's awesome. I love that for you. And the main thing is, and I would challenge, maybe you already have it, but let's find out if we have the metrics behind that. Okay. So you went to one networking event, you hand out 10 flyers or 15 flyers. Any conversion around that. So maybe it's today, maybe it's some other time, but is there a way for us to track at least the things that you're giving out? And we've done, specific QR codes or specific links that we would tell people, hey, when you call on the card, it would say, when you call, give this code or something that that came from that specific activity that you did, right? So my challenge to you, Anne, would be, or my discovery that I would want to know is just what's the return on investment for all of the activities, right? And that's part of what I was going to talk about with paid advertisement. But before I talk about paid advertisement, I want to just come back to our website. Our website is or should be acting as our best business card, right? And this is where I'm strongly recommending, and if you go back to a couple sessions, we're talking about leveraging keyword searches to be able to build out some strategic blogs so people can find you. When they sit at Google, are you searchable, right? So blogs would be another free advertisement, low-cost advertisement space that we can utilize. Remember, 1 is better than 0. So we've talked about a lot of things. Take action. Do one thing. Maybe, Anne, you could tell us where your next networking session is. We will come and network with you. But the point is, with the free, find a place that you could be consistent with, because that matters. So with paid advertising, I know not many people are doing that. I would just share some of our own experience around paid advertising. When we first started, I shared organic is better. If you're able to get organic sales, it's really good. What the paid advertising should do is to bolster your organic stuff, in my opinion, right? So for us, we had when we first started, and even now, we have some landing pages that people find us organically based on the keyword searches we've done for virtual offices. And guess what happens? They convert on that page, right? The button says buy now, sign up now, and they convert. So guess what we did? We started saying, okay, let's maybe look into putting out some ads. We did a little bit of testing in terms of messaging and format. And then we chose the ad that performed the best to move forward with, right? My recommendation, if you're going to do Google Ads, start with minimum of $3. You don't need to be spending $600 and a lot of money on Google. In our own experience, $300 gives you a good litmus test whether or not it's good to go forward with, right? And so that's really what I wanted to share with you all. Paid advertisement could get very costly if it is not managed well. Sometimes you get those calls, hey, we could do paid ads for you, and they want you to start at $2,000 a month. Here at Empowered Facts, we don't believe in that philosophy. We don't do that type of approach. There is a setup cost, but once we start testing, we say we'd like to run ads for 2 weeks, and you should be able to commit $140 to test each ad that we run for you, right? So, and that would be my approach for all of you. If you're to go and do ads for yourself, start with a low budget. This year we did LinkedIn ads for the first time. It was not as a profitable endeavor for us, but we learned a lot of lessons. It was very interesting who actually looked at our ads on LinkedIn. It demonstrated we have a new target market that we could be approaching. And lots of lessons. You take the information and then you do something with it. So today we did cover both organic and paid advertising. I hope this session was very fruitful for everybody that showed up. I hope you're able to take some takeaways away. And more importantly, as I would say, today is day 17, tomorrow is day 18th, and we will be back same time, same place tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chris Beth,
Thank you. Bye.
are you gone before you sign off?